Kimeda. This is the grade 8 paper, November. It was written last year by last year's grade 8. And here are the questions. So I will show you questions. Just pause and give yourself around 9 minutes to finish this question over here. So this is your question 1, and all of these are questions. Please note that I'm not moving too fast. If you want to write it down, just press pause and do them on your own first. Try them on your own first, okay? And the concepts that you learn here, never forget them. You'll thank me when you get your BSc one day. And this is the last question. All right. So I've shown you question 1 and question 2. And this is question 3. Okay, just answer them first before watching the video to see what I've done. Now you're in question 4. All right. And that'll be the last question in question 4. And this will be question 5. Now, in each video, I will just be tackling each question. So you need to always come back to check the next video for the next question. I will start with question 1. In question 1, we are given the function where y is equal to the square root of x plus 9, all divided by 3. Now they gave us x values. So they're saying when they say x is an element of, that e means element of, it's part of, okay? So this means x can be any of these values, right? X can be any of these values. So basically you can substitute those values into your function as they represent x. So you can substitute them into x. It says from the list of x values given above, which value of x would you substitute into the given function that will result in y 1.1.1.1 being a rational number? That's where you need to go back to the basic definitions. What is a rational number? A rational number is simply a number that can be expressed as a fraction, and it includes recurring decimals. I have explained, please check out videos on number systems. I have explained what recurring decimals are. Now, this question here, I can even give it to some of the grade 12s or 11s, and they will struggle with this. So it's very, very important not to forget the concepts that you're learning in grade 8. Now, which value can I substitute? I realize if I substitute negative 39 into x, then I'm going to have the square root of negative 39 plus 9, which is negative 30. And you can't find the square root of a negative. You can find the cube root of a negative, but you cannot find the square root of a negative. If I try negative 1, then I will have negative 1 plus 9, and negative 1 plus 9 will give me 8. The square root of 8 is a non-recurring decimal, so that will be irrational. Okay. What if, obviously, I said 39 will be non-real? It will be a non-real number. The square root of a negative number, it's a complex, it's an imaginary number. You will learn that if you decide to do AP Math in grade 10, or you will learn it when you get to varsity, okay? If I substitute 16, 16 plus 9 will give me 25. And the square root of 25 will be 5. So I'm going to have 5 over 3. So 16 does work out. Check this out. So where I'm going to go to the function, and where there is x, I will substitute 16. All right? If you're wondering, what is this guy talking about? Now you can see what I'm talking about, right? So the number I chose will be 16. I am going to take this 16 and substitute it into x. And I will end up having the square root of 16 plus 9. The square root of 16 plus 9. 16 plus 9 will be the square root of 25. You can find the square root of 25. What is the square root of 25? It is 9. So in the, it is 5, sorry. So in the numerator, you will have 5, and in the denominator, you still have 3. So when you simplify it, it will give you 5 over 3. 5 is the numerator, 3 is the denominator. Therefore, 16 does work out. It does give you a rational number. You can also try 27, because when I try 27, it gives me 36. The square root of 36 is 6. So I will have 6 over 3, which is 2, even though it's just a normal integer. Now I'm giving you the answers. That 2 can also be a rational number. It can be expressed as a fraction by just dividing it by 1. For non-real, I, I, I found that when I tested negative 39, I'm gonna go back to the original function, and where there is x, I will substitute negative 39. So inside that square root, remember I always say simplify what is under the square root first. Inside that square root, you have negative 39 plus 9. Negative 39 plus 9 will give you negative 30. So you end up having the square root of negative 30, all divided by 3. However, you cannot find the square root of negative 30. If you punch it into your calculator will give you an error message, meaning that it cannot calculate the square root of negative 30. Now, other math teachers will normally say there's no solution for that. There is, guys, okay? We just call it an imaginary number. You will learn more about it when you get to varsity or if you decide to do AP math. So when you punch a number into a calculator and it gives you an error, just like this one, it means that it is a non-real number. You got it. For irrational number are numbers that cannot be expressed as a fraction. They include non-recurring decimals, okay? And non-finite and non-recurring decimals. So for me to do that, I substituted negative 1 where there was x. And when I did that, I found the square root of 8. You will still get an answer in your calculator, but that answer will be a decimal and it will not be a finite decimal. It will also not be a recurring decimal. And if it's not a recurring decimal, you cannot express it as a fraction, and hence we say it is irrational. Okay, for the last one, which is an integer, I simply substituted 27. And when you substitute 27 where there is x, you'll have 27 plus 9, which will give you 36. So you find in the square root of 36. The square root of 36 is just 6. Divided by 3, it'll give you 2. Even though this is an integer, it can also be a rational number. So if you gave it to me under rational, I will still give you a mark. Okay, next one. For 1.1, I am helping my son with math, and I noticed that 1.1, I mean 1.2 and 1.3 are done in grade 4. So this one should be easy for you. So the factors of 30, what are they? Yes, baby girl. What are they? Here they are. And the multiples of 11, you just take 11 and you multiply it by natural numbers. This is a mic, not for eating, baby girl. Um, so 11 multiplied by 1, it'll give you 11. 11 multiplied by 2, it'll give you 22. 11 multiplied by 3, it'll give you 33. You just find the 5 multiples. All right. That's it with respect to question 1. And try out question 2. I did show you the questions at the beginning of the video. Okay. See you in the next video. Ka lebitso ke re Felo Ditjamelo. Kgotso.